Hey, welcome back to the Ozzstar channel. I'm Glenn, and on today's fun project, we're going to do part 3 of this Mini Cooper S tune-up series. We've got a 2005 model here. It's got the 1.6 liter supercharged, and we're going to put spark plugs in today. I'm going to show you how easy and simple it is. I'm going to be using NGK plugs. Oh, there you go. Can you see it? What is that part number? It's BKR6EQ. UP stock number 3199. I'll leave everything in the description down below as far as locating these. Anyway, NGK is a great plug. I've used them for many years. And speaking of NGK, my buddy Mike Becker has a channel here. NGK is on YouTube, and they have some awesome diagnostic repair video stuff. So check that out. I'll also leave a link down below. And speaking of that, the big topic or hot topic is when you put plugs in, do you use anti-seize? So if you're not familiar with that, it's like a metallic grease, and it prevents the metals from bonding under high temperature. It's got metal. Sometimes there's copper in them. They have those too. But anyway, I don't use them with the NGKs, and I'm going to tell you why. I got this directly off of the NGK website. Now, one of the things is they say if you lubricate these, because it is a type of lubrication, you can get improper torque specs for one. You can over torque, and that's not good. But anyway, right off the NGK site, I got the email pulled up right here, or the website. It says all NGK spark plugs are manufactured with a special trivalent, I guess like triple something, zinc chromate shell plating that is designed to prevent both corrosion and seizure to the cylinder head, thus eliminating the need for any thread compounds or lubricants. We do not recommend the use of any anti-seize products for installing spark plugs. It's right there. So anyhow, we're not using anti-seize. So let's get down to the car. I'll show you how we can get this knocked out and take it from there. So to get started, I like to remove this supercharged cooler cover here. It's held in with 4 bolts. Now, if you didn't see part 2 of the video where I replaced the air filter, I took these 4 bolts out. There's 2 short ones here and 2 long in the back. That's these right here. So you see the shorty and the longy. Put those over there. You want to get this out of your way. It just makes it easier to get the plugs off the boots. And what I like to do is, here's number 1. We'll start here. I twist it. I grab on, twist it a little bit, try to free it up. As I pull up, that one came out pretty decent. And I don't see any oil down in the spark plug tube, so that's good. I've got a 5/8 spark plug socket, so it's got like a little rubber insert there. And that'll, with a, I think that's like a 10-inch extension. And just set that down in there. I can feel I'm on. Let me get my ratchet and we'll get this out. Okay, so here we go, lefty loosey. And I'm gonna put some pressure on it. Now this car has 91,000 miles on it, so it's about time. 100,000 is what they say, but this car gets rode hard and put away wet. And what I'm just doing here right now is, you saw me loosen it, and now I'm gonna tighten a little bit. What I like to do is just make sure those threads, because we got aluminum head there, we don't want to strip anything. I'm going gentle. I want to make sure that it backs out pretty nice and easy. Now, if you got a bunch of garbage sitting on top of the valve cover, take your air hose or vacuum and get that crap out of the way before you open it up here. So this one seems to be coming out okay right now, and I don't feel anything, any binding, anything crazy. You never know what's going to happen when you do a spark plug change. So it could go from real easy to a nightmare in a second. So as far as breaking a plug or stripping out the threads, you know, that kind of thing. So here's the old plug, and it's not going to be too much to look at. Let me show you a new one here. So I believe, let's see, yep, they're NGKs, and we're going with the same, actually they say BMW on there. I don't know if you guys can see that. The light might be too bright, but yeah, they actually say BMW, which we know it's NGK. Come on. So let me get these out. And these are pre-gapped. So what I usually do is, now they have the 4-prong deals that come around the center electrode. They're pretty hard to gap if you wanted to try to gap them. But I'll visually look at it. Just doing it all these years, I can kind of tell if it's in spec or not. So here's the old, let me lower the light a little bit so you guys can see that. Take this out of here, we don't need that. So here's the old with the new, and you know, this doesn't look wet or anything. It's normal. Here's an important step that you don't want to forget. So make sure you put on the tip here of the spark plug a little dielectric lube. So lube up your plug before you put on your wire, just a little bit. You don't have to get crazy. Then we can slide it on in the hole. So we're using that 5/8 spark plug socket, which has that little rubber insulator, which also helps when this is vertical so that the plug doesn't fall out on you. And you want to be careful when you're guiding it down in that hole that you don't bend the electrodes. So I always do these by hand and just thread them in, and sometimes I'll go left to right if I think it's hung up a little bit. I don't want to take any chances on cross threading or anything like that. So it's going in nicely, and that's down. Now I'll get my torque wrench. It's 20 foot-pounds, 20 pound-feet. I've already got my torque wrench set, and we'll just put this in here and we'll turn it till we get the click. Okay, so we're there. We're at 20 foot. Good. And then just wiggle that out and put in our spark plug wire. It's that simple. Now these wires look decent. I'm not going to be changing these out. You could, you know, if you want to. But I'll just move on down to the number 2, number 3, and number 4. Same procedure. And when we're done with that, I will turn the camera back on. So we got all 4 old ones out, and they've seen their time. And we'll just pop this cover back on. Remember, like I said, the 2 long bolts go up here at the top, and the 2 short ones are go down here. Get your T30, snug those up, and we'll wrap this one up. Where's my bit? Don't tighten these down too much. Just to cover. It's not like it's going to go flying. That's it. Done. All right, so no biggie. We got those 4 plugs out. Everything went smooth. Just remember those simple steps I showed you, the dielectric grease, the torque wrench is good to have, things like that that'll make your job a little more professional. Anyway, you know, 91,000 miles, it's time to go. If you got near 100,000, you ought to, you know, change your plugs out. So anyhow, a little heads up here, when you're taking these out, if they're original, they're going to be tight. They're going to be snug. You're going to be putting pressure on that ratchet. Oh man, you're going to be thinking the worst is going to happen, but hopefully it'll work out okay for you. Now here's a little trick. If you've got your extension in there, you take your ratchet off, take a small hammer, a light hammer, and just give it a couple of taps if you think it's really tight, just to give it a little bit of vibration. Don't go beating on it, you know, getting crazy ballistic. Just a little bit might help you out. And as soon as you get a little bit of loosey, give it a little bit of tighty, you know, back and forth. You're going to hear some crunching, crackling, all kinds of bad noises you don't want to hear, but hopefully it's going to go okay. So thanks for watching. That's the end of the part 3. Part 4, we're going to change out the serpentine belt. That's next on this car, so I hope you stay tuned for that. And other than that, don't forget to leave a comment or questions down below, and hit that subscribe button, of course, and ring the bell. So thanks for stopping in. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.